On the right side, we have the loser of the first game we saw. Lisyonok as the blue Protoss. And we have Quirinus on the left side as the teal Zerg. So, this is round 9 tier 1 matchup. The winner of this will go on to the round 10 tier 1 matchup. And both players in that match automatically qualify. So, if you are in this position... Excuse me. If you are in this position, you automatically get in if you win. The player who loses, though, will go to the round 10 tier 2 match. Apparently not a lot of people showed up in this group. Alright. The loser of this goes down to the round 10 tier 2 match, where that one is an elimination game. Winning you're in, losing you're out. So, this is the safety blanket game. You don't absolutely need to win this game. You just need to win one of your next two if you are either of these players. Alright. So, spawning pool gonna be about halfway done. It looks like Lisyonok is 2-gating again. He's not putting his 2 gateways next to each other. It's a little bit cheeky. I mean, the idea is the Overlord comes in, gets to about here, sees one gateway, and then leaves for whatever reason. It doesn't come all the way in to see the other gateway. I mean, the downside is that it's a little bit harder to macro because the gateways are separated, but it's pretty small. Anyway, 2-gate, the classic 2-gate versus Zerg. Just gonna try to overwhelm him with zealots. Quirinus got off the scout early. Very fortunate for him that that was the first scout he did. Considering how many lings he built versus Wallace, he might have just built that many lings anyway, but he's certainly going to need a lot of lings this time, if not a sunken. Alright, so lings moving out. Does need to be careful here. He can't afford to lose too many lings, but if he can snipe a zealot, that would be very nice when the zealot's a little bit too far ahead like that. Some really nice moves from Quirinus there. Like, going in for the kill when he had the opportunity, leaving when he doesn't. I think with that last retreat, he took like a couple extra shots compared to what he needed to, but overall, I'm liking Quirinus' micro here, and now he's going in. He gets a sandwich on the zealots. That's what he wanted. He's not targeting all the same zealot, so both of these zealots will live, even though they're both at low health, relatively. But Quirinus doing a great job here, waiting for more zealots to come up. And Quirinus wants to try to engage before those zealots get there. Trying to snipe the back zealot. Is that the best option to go for? The front zealots are going to have a lot less health. But Quirinus might just be trying to get around, and he is going from behind. He doesn't have enough from the other side to go for the surround. It looks like he is building 2 sunken colonies, and that is certainly going to make it very difficult for Lisyonok to get any kind of damage here. Oh, man. The Overlord certainly got far enough in to see the second gateway. Zealots moving forward. There are so many Zealots here that Zergling numbers are going to have to be so much higher than the Zealots. It's not worth it. Quirinus just needs to play passively now. His cool, aggressive micro did good stuff for him, but he needs to now not use it and just let the Zealots come to him. Let them impale themselves onto Sunkens. Building a third sunken? I think he would have been fine with 2. But I'm okay with the third. The third one, it's pretty close whether 2 or 3 was going to be enough. And it also, if Lisyonok continued to build them, you're going to need more. Okay. That third Sunken's looking a little bit better right now. The Zealots are moving forward. The Zealots aren't quite dying yet because the Zerglings and all the Sunkens are hitting all different Zealots. But now the ramp is being blocked. Quirinus playing that so perfectly. Oh, I love that micro. So good, and all the Zealots go down. If you missed what happened, those Zerglings were stutter-stepping back. Slowly but surely, and the Zealots were chasing them, but not just moving through them, but like stopping along with them. It allowed for maximum damage on these Sunken colonies. It bought enough time for this Sunken colony to come in, as opposed to if Quirinus had just A-moved all of his Lings onto the Zealots. And then he blocked the ramp so that the Zealots would constantly be hit by all the Sunkens. They weren't even high enough up on the ramp to have mischance. Oh, Quirinus played that so beautifully. And so yeah, he didn't even need that Sunken. Didn't even need it. It's nice to have, but like, with that sick of micro, totally could have gotten away with two. Oh, that was so good. And now Lisyonok. Lisyonok's not in a good spot. Alright. That is going to be an issue. Quirinus does not have a very high drone count. He invested a lot into early drones and also into his tech, going two-hatch Spire. I really don't like this. Like, you have all your drones at one base. There are no drones in your main. There's a Dragoon killing an Overlord. There are no drones in your main, and they're all being mannered by this Sunken. It's like, just take all of these and all back here so they're not being mannered. I think that'd be a really solid option. He's looking at this Sunken. It's like, you can see the dashed line. That's his vision. He's clicking on it and like trying to click it out of existence. Just like, ah, infernal Sunken. Why do you manner my drones so? Actually, that's kind of weird how long he's been looking at that Sunken colony. Like, that's way too long. Maybe that thing's broken. My little indicator of what people are looking at. Alright. Lisyonok, attempt number 2. Has less Zealots than before, but now has some goons in here. I don't know. I don't think this is. I still don't think this is gonna work. I mean, the Sunkens are not in a very good position to defend against goons, but Sunkens are so good versus goons that I don't think it's gonna matter. Like, 40 damage a shot is ridiculous. All right, he's going in for the attack. There's a lot more goons now. There were only 3, but all of a sudden 5 more joined. That's 8 goons. And the 8 goons are going to be able to take out Sunken colonies pretty quickly. The Mutalisks are stalling, allowing that back Sunken to do as much damage as it can. The Zealot's trying to get in close. He just can't allow the goons to get a good surround on that Sunken. But the Sunken's so low health anyway, it's going to be really hard to save it from the goons. As the goons are pushing forward, I think that Quirinus might just lose this to a 2-gate. And a 2-gate that he held off so well, but he wasn't expecting goons. I wasn't expecting goons either, man. Not in this number. Oh, that's not going to work. The Hydralisks, the 2 Mutalisks, the 3 Mutalisks aren't going to be able to hold this off. And the Sunken colony, it does manage to take out 1 more, but there's still 5 goons, plus another 3. Lisyonok, with your crazy goon build, is going to be able to take that game, and Lisyonok will be advancing out of this group. It is guaranteed. Quirinus still needs to win his next game.